Hi, I'm Monica Penn.
Hi, I'm Xavier Jones.
And I'm Marnie Laird.
All
And we're
right.
here to talk about Title 7, or is it VII? I don't know which one it
No,
is.
that's 7. That's
Title
just Greek.
7.
That's just
Yeah.
Okay.
Greek numerical. So basically, what are our thoughts on the entire um Title 7 court case in general?
Well, gender discrimination is bad. And it just really hinders the workplace and people getting done because, nothing at work really has to do with gender. It just has to do with getting the work done.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it definitely branches more than gender, though. It did branch to like sexuality and damn, my mind just went blank. Sexuality.
I think like if you can't be like who you really want to be, or like who you are as a person at work, you're not going to be as productive either way either, because I know we were talking about productivity at work this week. And like if you have to hide behind like a mask, you're not going to do well in the workforce. Like you're not going to be happy with your job. You're not going to be as productive either.
Yeah.
Right? It goes into that surface acting and then the deep acting. It's like the surface acting that, causes them to have more dissonance from work will lead to greater burnout and stuff like that quicker.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. All right. What else should we go over? Or do you guys want to just hop right in?
We could just hop right in.
Okay.
You want to do your case first?
Sure, I could do my case first. All
Okay.
right, so the case that I chose to do was Rosa versus the Park West. Hold on, let me get the right name. Rosa versus Park West Bank Trust Corporation. So the gist of this situation is that Rosa, who is a transgender female, went into the bank to get a loan out. They told her that they need to go home and change. So then, Rosa decided to sue because, and no, they no. So then they told her that she needed to go home and change, and then they denied her for the loan. So this then led to Rosa suing, of course, and her claim was that they were discriminating against her because of her gender. Makes sense, obviously, because why am I going home to change? Excuse you. And then the defendant's argument or the bank's argument was that they didn't discriminate because of gender. They discriminated because of because they said, and I quote, what he was wearing. Yes, ghetto. So they said, because in Title 9, it does not say that they cannot, I guess, discriminate technically against people's clothing. They, were able to get away with it, which then led to the district court to like agree with the bank. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. Because what do you mean you're going to agree with the bank? And no, I personally don't agree with those people. Of course, this is back in 2011, actually. So that was, yeah, it's giving 12 years ago. I don't agree with that decision because, like, at the end of the day, why are you concerned with what I'm wearing? I need some money. Like, check the credit score. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I don't
That's
agree with that
crazy.
with the ruling either, because it's like, honestly, if they have good yeah, exactly, if they have good credit, what's going to matter anyway? I mean, if you were going to give it to like the person behind them the same loan or something like that, why would you just that's stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just blatant discrimination and then people trying to cop something else ridiculous. That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely don't agree with the court's decision on that one either. I'm just sitting over here while you're talking about it, just shaking my head. I'm just like,
Yeah, no. I mean, I can, well, no, actually, I would say I can't see. I mean, I definitely feel like at the end of the day, for you to actually go and discriminate against somebody solely off of what they're wearing, what is what I'm wearing then, like, how does that affect you in your day? Like, I hate prejudices, and that's what I think is like the good thing about this, like these laws that have been enacted. I mean, they're fairly new because they're only like what, 60 years old, ghetto, but like, so I definitely feel like they are good to have because like then that's protecting the people who actually just want to be themselves, which is why there's such a stigma around, stereotypes. Because why is there always a stereotype? Like, why do I need to act like and fit into other people? But that's all I
Yeah,
have to
it
say.
seems so like unnecessary for them trying to get a loan. Like they're literally trying to go there and pay you like money. Like, okay. Well, for my case, I chose Chavez versus Credit National Auto Sales and well, Credit National Auto Sales LLC. And so apparently Chavez, she was like a transgender employee there, and she was working as a auto mechanic, and they ended up firing her, and like so she sued them and was like, you didn't give proper cause because it was in a state that they didn't have to have like the like no cause termination. And
Yeah.
so like they were saying it was because she was lazy and like because she was not like a good employee and stuff. And they cited her like being on her phone or being like nodding off or something at work. And like it was crazy because she actually had like claimed she had evidence from like other employees that still worked there and coworkers that like, and she even had a good like what was like a performance review recently, like right before they ended up terminating her. So with this case they ended up finding for Chavez, and they were like, yeah, you don't have terms to fire her, and they like settled out for like an undisclosed amount. But it was just like what like really rubbed her the wrong way is that her manager said like a few weeks before she got fired that it was because her transgender status was gonna get in the way of workplace flow, and that her being transgender made him nervous.
Oh,
And I was
because
just like,
of
okay.
Wow.
I know. I'm like, what do you have to be nervous about? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And like impeding workplace flow, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's just ridiculous.
I agree with the court this time. I mean, they ruled in favor of what
Yeah, I
justice.
definitely agree on that one.
I definitely agree too. That's crazy. I mean,
I
I'm glad
know.
that they were able to, sue and get the money. But like, it's like at that point, why do I just get money? People need to be going to jail. Thank you.
There should be something. They should at least mark their records or something. Like, take these people to actual like court for some kind of charges of like defamation of character or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
I wonder if there's even like trainings that, I mean, they probably are a bunch of trainings that they already, some people like managers or bosses go through, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's something that needs to be implemented so that like it doesn't happen. Or I guess people should just have more open minds, but again, we
See,
live in
I, I just feel like people should just mind their business. I like, 'cause why are you so like? It seems like everything that there's a well, not most, because well, most laws besides the one that involve like murder and things, but like, why does everything involve somebody not minding their business and having to be affected by what someone else does? Like,
eh,
that's crazy to me.
I
Because
think
that, but
it's
like
that's just
silly. People just don't have enough going on nowadays. They've got to stick their nose in everybody else's business,
no,
even when
literally,
it's absolutely needless.
they're bored. That's what's
no,
happening.
literally.
Yeah, really. I feel like the guy who fired, or like, I think it was a guy because it kept saying the employer who fired him and like would say he. But anyway, he like, I think he should get fired. Like, that's my solution. Like, you can't like train stuff like that out of people, you know? Like, even if
Yeah.
you put them through like discrimination or harassment training or anything, it's just like that person's proven they can't be a good leader. Like, forget
Literally.
them. Like, go find someone else.
Thank
They should
you.
fire they should have fired the manager or the boss and then rehired, or well, unless they
Her.
didn't want him back
We
yet.
hired her as the boss. That would have been hilarious. I would have almost gone for that. I would like pay me money and then I'll come be your boss. Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
That's funny. I just can't believe that like my case, it was in like 2016. And I was reading some of these cases on here like 2018, you know, stuff like that. And like I'm just like, how
It's
people
still going
still
on.
act this out of pocket in this day and age?
I
I'm just
mean,
like,
but I feel like at that point, you got to think about the people who are acting out of pocket. Those are older people that are like acting like that, not people necessarily our age. I mean, of course, people our age and like in our generation and stuff, they're dumb as hell. But it's like the older people who are like who have that prejudice and try to pass it down to us. Hopefully, some of us have a mind and are like, "You're weird, get away from me."
yeah,
But
like that's dumb. How pointless.
no,
Yeah, hopefully they just retire soon. That's what I keep hoping for. Like that older boomer generation and like some of the Gen X just need to like get out of the workplace and stop
yes,
having those like perpetual BS they put people
no,
through.
literally get out of the workplace, go to a retirement home first of all,
Right.
and then
Go
you guys
spend your
have,
hatred in a retirement home.
yes, literally, you guys can have future in the retirement home together. We don't need it in the
Right?
outside world right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad